In the heart of Israel's desert south, a storm brews on the quiet streets of Omer, a villa worth millions, now owned by relatives of Hamas's slain leader, Ismail Haniyeh. For locals, it isn't just a sale, it's a betrayal, a clash of memory, identity, and survival. The quiet, tree-lined streets of Omer, an affluent town near Beersheba in southern Israel, have been shaken by a property deal that many residents describe as nothing short of betrayal. A luxury villa on Tapuz Street, valued at 6 million shekels, about $1.8 million, was sold to relatives of the late Hamas Politburo chief Ismail Haniyeh, assassinated in Tehran in July 2024. News of the sale spread quickly, rattling Omer's tightly knit community. For many locals, the idea that relatives of a man who devoted his life to orchestrating terror attacks and advocating the destruction of Israel could now own a villa in one of Israel's most exclusive neighborhoods was intolerable. Haniyeh's extended family is no stranger to Israel. At least 3 of his Gaza-born sisters married Israeli Bedouins decades ago, settling in the Negev desert and acquiring Israeli citizenship. The buyers of the Omer property are reported to be among these branches, legally Israeli citizens established in Tel Sheva, and, according to associates, successful business people who own a local factory. A source close to the seller confirmed their identity but stressed their respectability.
They are a normative branch. They run a large business, are not involved in crime or terrorism.
That distinction, however, has failed to calm the storm. In Omer, the backlash has been fierce. Local Facebook groups were flooded with posts condemning the sale, some calling the seller a traitor, others warning that the deal endangers the town's security and cohesion. One mother's post captured the raw mood, accusing the seller of abandoning community values.
For a few extra shekels, they sold us out. Our children in the parks, in the classrooms, in every corner of this town. This is the end of mutual responsibility, the end of trust, betrayal from within.
Her words went viral, drawing dozens of responses echoing a sense of abandonment by leadership. Some residents argue this is not an isolated incident. One veteran neighbor recalled how, in previous years, a house on his street was sold to a man from Hebron, married to a woman from Tel Sheva.
Since then, we've had drive-by shootings, a bomb planted in a car, even a grenade thrown into their yard. It's not just one house, it's happening all over.
By some estimates, 30 to 40 Arab families now live in Omer, a small but noticeable demographic shift for a town that prides itself on exclusivity. The controversy soon drew the attention of politicians. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir publicly condemned the development, denouncing the buyers as part of a family of terrorists.
I was also shocked to hear this. This is a family of terrorists. Many terrorists. Damned people. This is certainly not good news.
But Ben-Gvir was quick to clarify that his ministry had no authority over such sales, noting demographic issues in towns fall under municipal councils, not the police.
The police do not determine the demographics of a settlement. That is the head of the council's responsibility. The police do not have the authority to manage demographic matters in settlements. If there is a violation there, the police will handle it with zero tolerance, just as you see very clearly with what is happening in the Negev.
The incident has exposed the fragility of coexistence in Israel's south, where Jewish and Bedouin communities live side by side, often uneasily. For Omer's residents, it has reopened questions of identity, security, and belonging. The uproar in Omer cannot be separated from the shadow cast by Ismail Haniyeh himself. Born in a Gaza refugee camp to parents expelled from Ascalon, now Ashkelon, Haniyeh came of age in the turbulence of the First Intifada in the late 1980s. His repeated arrests, imprisonment, and eventual deportation by Israel only solidified his trajectory within Hamas. By the early 2000s, he had climbed into the organization's senior leadership. Part of a secret collective formed after the assassinations of Hamas, founders Sheikh Ahmed Yassin and Abdel Aziz Rantisi. When Hamas won the Palestinian Legislative Council elections in 2006, Haniyeh briefly served as Prime Minister of the Palestinian Authority. But his government was swiftly dismissed by a PA President Mahmoud Abbas. Within a year, Hamas violently seized control of Gaza, expelling Abbas's Fatah forces and triggering a blockade by Israel and Egypt that continues to this day. By 2017, Haniyeh had become Hamas's top political leader, succeeding Khaled Mashal. The following year, the United States designated him a specially designated global terrorist, reflecting Washington's hardening stance towards Hamas during the Trump administration. For many Israelis, these associations are inescapable, even if the relatives who bought the villa in Omer are themselves law-abiding citizens. The family name carries deep wounds, particularly in the aftermath of October 7, 2024, when Hamas fighters launched their most devastating attack on Israel in decades. Indeed, some of Haniyeh's relatives living in Israel have already faced scrutiny. In 2024, his sister Sabah Abed al-Salam Haniyeh was arrested in Beersheba during a joint police and Shin Bet raid. She was accused of identifying with a terrorist organization and incitement. Authorities said they found evidence linking her to serious security offenses, including documents, media equipment, phones, and hundreds of thousands of shekels in cash. The state attorney's office later indicted her for incitement, citing WhatsApp messages she sent just 2 days after the October 7th massacre. In those messages, Sabah Haniyeh praised and encouraged Hamas fighters, including her brother. For residents of Omer, such cases feed fears that even family members distanced from Hamas's leadership may harbor sympathies or connections that could pose risks. Yet others argue that the outrage risks sliding into collective punishment against individuals who, despite their lineage, may simply want to live quietly and build businesses in Israel. For Omer, the story is far from over. The villa on Tapuz Street now stands as both a home and a symbol. A reminder that even in Israel's most exclusive enclaves, the long shadow of Hamas can stir unease, resentment, and division.